So I think it was, I don't know, I feel like I'm always talking about my trip home to Canada when I'm doing this warm up with you all. And then usually like 2 days or 3 days before the flight's about to leave, I get a notification that something has changed. So that happened this week again. And then I was on the phone with Delta in the waiting on the phone on hold. It was a 6-hour wait, but it actually took around 9 hours to get through. It was like middle of the night. I was up till 6 a.m. Someone finally answered. And then I had to even change that one after. But actually what I did with Delta is that I tweeted at them. I'm like, what's the word? I was like, can you tell me when like the best time to call is in the middle of the night? Because I will, because this 6-hour wait time is ridiculous. And so they said to DM them. So I did. And then they didn't get back to me. And then I bugged them again, like publicly. And then they finally got back to me and they took care of what I needed via DM, which is great. And they also have a messaging system through the app that they respond to faster than calling. So pro tip, if you have to switch flights, try to use the DMs. Okay, arms up a little higher. So we're gonna do more of like a strength circuit today, a little less conditioning. Let's take it side to side, arms. I'm gonna switch a setting because I have, oh, there we go. Didn't realize I could see Emily. Try to swing those arms as broad range of motion as you can. And switch to a heel kick. And arms up and down. And do this as coordinated or as uncoordinated as you can. I feel like I always change it every time I do it. I'm supposed to be getting some community house swag gear to wear for these, but it hasn't arrived yet. Melissa was sending it to me. So I don't know if I'll be all blinged out in H gear in Canada. Might have to wait. Okay, some kicks and some arm swings, opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay, we're gonna go through our little circuit warm-up that we haven't done in a while, but it's 3 moves. We're gonna do our reverse lunges, 2 on each side for 30 seconds, and then the squat to stand, which was try to touch toes, squat down if you can. If you can go overhead with your arms, which would be this way, and then up. That's move 2. Move 3 is the bear crawl, this guy. If you can't do a bear crawl, you can just do like standing and just really squeeze because we're trying to warm up our shoulders and upper body too. So let's do, reset this. Okay, so reverse lunges, 2 on each side. So do 2 on your left, 2 on your right. Just warming up still. If you can't lunge, just step back. If you can't go all the way down. Oops, I'm alternating, whatever. Okay, squat to stand. So try to go down as far as you can. Bring your butt down to the ground. Overhead reach if you can, but you don't have to. And then just back up again. So bending over, bringing your hips down, bringing them back up, standing up. Warming up all them joints. But if you can try that overhead reach, go for it. You can also do this from the chair. If you can't do it on your own, okay, bear crawl, or just standing like this, or if you're non-weight bearing, you can also just do this sitting. So we're just on all fours. Going back and forth, taking a few steps one way, turning around, a few steps the other way. Also in the warm-up, take rest when you need. Okay, back up for some reverse lunges again. You can just alternate if you want, but if you have trouble with balance, then stick to one leg and then do a few on the other leg. So as always, this is rest-based training, which means you determine your rest, not me. I time the circuit. You go until you have to stop, take a little break, and then go again. Okay, squat to stand. Touch the toes, come down. You can sit if you need to. And up. If you are doing this, the overhead reach, hang on to one foot and lean against that other leg. It's kind of a twisty move for the torso, spine. Okay, bear crawl, go. And if you aren't doing your bear crawl, you can just stand and do this. Total body, you can be sitting, like I said. Okay, that's good for now. Take a quick water break. So we're gonna do 5 moves. The first one, I'll just demonstrate as usual, a plate squat. So if you were in the gym and you had like a 25-pound plate or 10-pound, whatever, you would hold it out in front of you. So you can use a dumbbell for this or a heavy bag, but it's hard to do this with real heavy weights until you're holding it out. So it's gonna be out here, it's gonna be a squat, but you're holding your arms out the whole time. So you can use a box if you need. You do have my heavy bag, but actually I could probably do this with my heavy bag because I took the litter out. So there's that option. You can also use a band if you don't have weight. You can just hold it out here, step on it. Second move, we want to do some single arm moves. So we want to do a pull apart or a rear fly, depending if you have a band or if you have dumbbells. So if you have a band, we're going to do hold it in one hand, and you're going to be pulling the band out. So it's basically like a single arm rear fly. So if it's too hard to do single arm, do double arm. Just do this. Or if you have dumbbells, just do your bent over rear fly. If you can and you have heavier weights, do single arm, just do one side. So just rest the non-working hand here. And I'll let you know when we're halfway through, and then you can switch arms. After that, we're gonna do chest press or a band press. So if you have a band, you can do it standing or sitting if you aren't standing. Just a chest press like this, or you can be on the floor with your dumbbells, pressing this way. Or you can do push-ups. If you are non-weight bearing, you can sit here and press this way. And then we're gonna do a plank. Long lever plank will make it harder. Regular plank, which means like your hands are gonna be out here versus like in here on the ground. Or you can do a dead bug if you can't do a plank, if it's too hard on your back, you can flip over and do this. Or just do legs, or just hold this. Or if you're non-weight bearing, you can just try it on the couch and lift your legs up. And then we're gonna do some new jacks at the end. So our jumping jacks on steroids, which are just basically jump squats in and out. You don't have to jump, you can also just do this. If you can't jump, and you can also just do squats too. Okay, so let's start our first circuit. So grab your plate or whatever you're using to hold out. And once again, take rest whenever you need. You don't have to stop when I stop. And we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go. So keep those arms out straight. They don't have to be super straight though, just nice soft bend in the elbows. Make sure your shoulders aren't up by your ears. Your feet are about hip to shoulder width apart, toes slightly turned out. You're dropping your hips down in between your legs. Push those knees out. 24 seconds left. So if you're using your box, you're just sitting down and getting up. 10 seconds left. And then we're gonna go to our single arm band pull apart or rear fly. 2 seconds. Okay, so if you're using dumbbells, bent over, if they're heavy enough, just use one. We want to use as heavy weight as possible today. So get started. If you're using your band, you're just doing that. Or if you can, just do one arm. And then we'll switch halfway through. So you're working those shoulder in between the shoulder blades. 2 seconds, then we'll switch sides. All right, switch arms if you are doing single arm. Or if you want to do, if single arm's too hard and you have a thicker band, you can do that. So with this, you want to think of belly button sucked in, ribs down, shoulders are down. Think about squeezing those shoulder blades together. 4 seconds left, and then we're going to go to our band press, chest press. Okay, so if you have a band, you can do this standing, just pressing forward for the chest. You can also lay down with the band too, or if you're using dumbbells, you're just doing a chest press. You can use your heavy bag for this too if you want. And you can also do single arm here too if you just want to use one dumbbell and have a real heavy one. So we're halfway there if you are doing single arm. You know, one of my regulars only has one dumbbell. 20 seconds left. Or you can always do push-ups instead of this. 10 seconds. And then we're gonna go down to our plank, 4 seconds. Keep the shoulders down. Okay, so for plank, on your forearms, just like this. If you wanna make it easier, drop your knees. If you wanna make it harder, move your hands out further in front of you. So if your elbows are right under your shoulders, that's like the regular form. Make it harder, just scooch back a little. Oh, Emily, thank you. Cute leggings, she said. They're actually leggings like and socks together. They just look like they're socks, but they're not. Well, clearly I don't have anything on my feet, but people always think they're socks. 20 seconds left. You can break this plank up. You're probably gonna need to, depending on how hard you make it. 13 seconds left. And then we're gonna come up to our new jack. So if you're not doing your plank, you can do the dead bug on the floor, or you can just sit on the couch and lift your knees. All right, come on up for some of these. So you're squatting down, just jumping in and out. Staying low the whole time. So if you can't jump, you can stay low and step out. Or you can be up here if that's even too much. I want to make sure that even those who don't work out very much, don't have the mobility that maybe we do on this Zoom right now, can do this later. So I always try to show the options for our maybe not so mobile elders that are always interested in this class and never come. 10 seconds left. They could even do this sitting. See any elders or olders around you? You can show them, look, you can do this instead. 2 seconds. Okay, back to the top with your plank, or your plank plate squat. So you're holding your weight out in front of you and squatting. Oh, this one's too heavy. Too heavy for me. So the way I could tell that that was too heavy was that my form was breaking down. I was starting to bend forward this way too much. I could feel it in my back. So I could bring it closer, but the point is to have the arms out. So you want to try to find a weight that allows you to do that. So hold it as far away from you as possible. But 10 seconds left, and then we're going to go to our band pull apart, rear fly, 5 seconds. Take water whenever you need. So grab your band, and you're doing the pull apart. Or you're doing your rear fly, single arm, if you have a heavy weight. If your weights are lighter, do both arms at the same time. Another super easier modification for this, for some people, you can do, oh, what am I doing? A no money is what we call it, and you just pull the band apart this way. That's a little bit easier for those who need it. 26 seconds left. You can do this with no weight too. You can just bend over, squeeze those back muscles. You can do that sitting up too. 7 seconds. Make sure those shoulders are down. You don't want them up here. Oh, that was a fast 7 seconds. Okay, band press. So either down on the ground for the dumbbell chest press, or you're doing your band press this way. I broke my band. It's usually a big loop. I broke it doing rows. I had it tied to a door and it snapped. It didn't hurt me, thankfully. So if you're on the ground, you're doing this way, or you have your dumbbells, or you can use no weight. You can also do that sitting. 26 seconds left. You can also use your heavy bag. I like the heavy bag for this. There's also great value in getting down on the floor and getting up and repeating that. So I try to work that in as much as I can. 10 seconds. Because if you don't practice getting down on the floor and getting up, how are you going to be able to do that when you're older? Okay, getting up, plank, which I really didn't have to get up for. You could just flip over. Suck that belly button in, keep that whole body tight. If you want to make it easier, drop your knees. Or you can also do an incline plank this way. Makes it a little easier. If you want to make it harder, move your hands away from you. I forgot my ponytail today. 30 seconds left, halfway there. If the plank is too much on your back, do a dead bug instead. So dead bug is like, ah, I'm dead, I'm on my back, but you move. I guess it's like a dying bug, because if you were a dead bug, you wouldn't move. So I'm gonna call this the dying bug. 6 seconds left. You can also do that from the couch. Okay, new jacks. So you're trying to stay as low as you can. Legs are coming in and out. Take a break whenever you need. I'm gonna grab some water. Halfway there, 30 seconds left. You can hold a weight with this if you wanted to, but you don't have to. Because if you stay low enough, you'll feel it. So if you're not jumping, you can just be, oh sorry, if you're not jumping, you can just be stepping in and out, or down here, or on the couch, just moving your legs. 5 seconds left. And then we're going back to the top for our plate squat again. So grab your plate, dumbbell, whatever you're using, and then holding it out and squatting. Pushing those knees out. We don't want them caving in. You can even be holding nothing. Just holding those hands out. 30 seconds left. So you can do this with your box. And go at the tempo that you have to go at. So you don't have to match my reps. You can go slower if you need, or faster, as long as your form is good. 10 seconds left. 5. And then we're gonna go to our band pull apart or rear fly. So band up here, shoulders down. Or if you're doing your rear fly, this way, bent over, back is flat. You can do this from the couch if you want. One arm. Okay, halfway there. If you're doing the bent over row, you're looking at a spot on the floor about 3 feet ahead of you. Breathe out on the exertion. 15 seconds left. And then we're gonna go to our chest press. So standing with the band or laying on the floor with your dumbbells. Or with the band on the floor too. 4 seconds. Or push-ups. Okay, down on the ground, or you can stay standing for the band press. Or you can lay down. Or you can use your dumbbells or your heavy bits. You can also do a single arm move here too. If you have a heavy dumbbell and you're just doing one side. So I'll let you know when we're halfway. Okay, that's halfway. So if you only have one dumbbell, switch to the other arm. If you're on the floor, your back is flat, knees are up. Whew. 15 seconds left. And then after this, we're gonna go to our plank or dead bug, dying bug, whatever. 5 seconds left. Oof. Okay, flip over for the plank on your forearms and your toes. This is regular form, make it harder. Put those arms out further. Drop your knees. So there's many ways you can do this. If you're doing your dying bug, you're down here trying to do opposite arm, opposite leg, or you can just do legs only, one at a time, or both, but just don't let your back come off the floor. You're doing this on the couch, lifting your legs up, putting them down, or you can try with your arms too. 20 seconds left. Also, if you want to make your plank harder, you can do an RKC plank, which is just flexing everything and pulling your elbows towards your toes and vice versa. It's so much harder. 4 seconds. Whew, I can do about 10 seconds of that. Okay, new jacks. Come back up. Then we're jumping. Or you're just stepping out if you're not jumping, but you're staying low. Or you're doing this on the couch. Grandma and Grandpa can do this. Keep that chest up. Whew. 27 seconds left. And then we're gonna go back up to the top for our last round. 18 seconds. Whew. 5 seconds. And then we're gonna do our plate squat. Okay, grab your plate, dumbbell, band, whatever you're using, and squat. Chest is up, shoulders are down, they're not by your ears, arms are out. Soft bend in the elbows. Dropping those hips in between your legs. Push those knees out, away from each other, on the way up and on the way down. 30 seconds left. Getting those glutes activated and the hamstrings. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Then we're gonna go to our band pull apart or rear fly. 4 seconds. Okay, grab your band or your dumbbells. Working those shoulder blades back, the rhomboids, in between the shoulders. Or if you got your dumbbells, you're here. Or you can do single arm to make it harder. Because even though you're technically working one arm, you're still working the one that's holding too. So if you're doing single arm, switch to the other arm now since we're halfway. That's too thick for single arm. $15 seconds left. Belly button is tucked in, ribs are down if you're standing up. 7 seconds. Feeling it in my shoulders. And then we're gonna go down for our band or chest press. So if you're standing with the band, you're doing your chest press this way, or you're laying this way, or your dumbbells this way, or your heavy bag. Or if you're doing single arm, that's good too. I'll let you know when we're halfway there. Okay, halfway there, switch if you have a single arm movement going. Rest whenever you need. I don't want you to pace yourself. I want you to use as heavy weight as you can. 16 seconds left. Seven seconds, and then we're gonna go to our plank. Oof. Okay, plank time. Flip over, elbows underneath the shoulders, or you can scooch back to have your elbows a little in front of you if you want to make it harder. And drop your knees if you need to. Or if you're doing your dying bug, back is flat, opposite arm, opposite leg down to the floor at the same time. 25 seconds left. $18. Suck that belly button in. You can flex your whole body if you want to make it harder. 8 seconds. 5, and then we're going to come up for our last set of new jacks. So come on up, and we're jumping. This is our last move. Try to stay as low as you can. If you need that box for guidance, you can do that too. 37 seconds. $22 seconds. This one's a long one. 13. 4 seconds. almost there. That's it. Okay, grab some water. And when you're ready, just come on and join me in the middle. Just take a wide stance and just gently lunge side to side. We're skipping the burnout today because we did 2 this week already. So we're just gonna keep this one more strength. We don't wanna overdo it. So just stay on one side, take a wider stance if you need. So you can lean on this bent leg and stretch out the inner thigh of the straight leg. Bring your chest to the ground. Well, think of that. And the other side. If you can go lower, that's fine. And just come to the center, but bent over, touching the ground if you can, or as low as you can. You can rest your hands on your thighs if you need. Come over to one side. Now you should feel it more in the hamstring. Walk your hands over to the other leg. Back to the middle. Walk your feet together. Slowly roll up. And we'll do a standing quad stretch. So grab one foot behind you, bring your heel towards your butt, knees are together, shoulder is down, belly button sucked in, ribs are down, not flared. And a neutral back, no arching that back. Pull that heel towards your butt. And switch legs. Excuse me. Okay, let's bring it down for a hip flexor stretch. So one knee down, make sure you have a pad underneath or a rug or something or a pillow. And just lean forward into that mini little lunge there. You can hang onto the floor if you need. Feeling that stretch in the front of the hip here. You can lift that knee, that back knee up. It makes it a little harder to do the stretch. Switch legs. All right, come on up and stretch those calves. So if you can put your toe up against something, the wall or the couch or whatever chair you have handy, toes up against it and bringing the body towards the wall or couch. Switch feet. All right, let's take our arms behind your back. Lace your palms together, shoulders down, belly button in, ribs are down, lifting your hands behind you. Feeling that stretch in the front of the shoulders and the chest, a little bit in the biceps. Hands out to the sides. Push your heels of your hands away from you. Straighten your arms, fingers up to the ceiling. Shoulders are down, ribs are down, belly button in. Move those hands behind you ever so slightly. Stretching those biceps. And triceps, one arm behind you. Take this hand, push that elbow down. Nice and gently, keep those ribs down. Keep that back neutral. We don't want to be out here. Tuck that pelvis under. Feeling the stretch in the back of the arm. Switch hands, arms. And one arm across the front of the body for the back of the shoulder. Keep that shoulder down. We don't want it up by our ear. Gently pulling the arm across your body towards you. Should be feeling that in the side of the shoulder too. A little bit in the front. Switch arms. Should be feeling this also in the back where we were working in between our shoulder blades, our rhomboids. But nice and gentle. Let's do a forearm stretch. One arm out in front of you, palm facing up, and just gently move those fingers down. And flip that hand over so the palm is facing down and gently push down here. I always be careful with this one because my wrist is more flexible this way and I don't want to injure it. And also I feel like this side is more tight, so I can cramp that side of my arm when I'm stretching this part. So just be really aware of your body and what it's saying to you, and don't force it if it ever feels like it's too much. Switch hands. So if you're finding that when we do these stretches, there are joints, angles, muscles that you feel more than others, those are little good reminders to maybe work on mobility and stretching in those areas a little more than you do currently. What did we forget? Oh, let's do a quick glute stretch. So sit down or lay down, one foot across the other thigh, ankle crossed on the thigh. Push that knee away from you. Bring the chest forward. Or if you're doing this on the ground, legs are up, you can cross one ankle over that thigh and pull that thigh towards you, pushing this knee out away from you. Switch legs. Okay, we're done.